That took hours, so you better hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon, and we'll jump straight to the video. This is Realme's first attempt in the premium segment of smartwatches. Now, this is not a difficult line to understand, but with this particular device, it's a bit of a different story. What kind of premium is this? Premium how? Premium features, premium looks, premium price? What exactly do I mean by premium here? I'll tell you, but before that, I'm sure you guys have been hearing about this thing called Bitcoin. If you have no idea, well, it's something that you could have bought for 3.7 lakh rupees in March and sold for 17 lakh rupees this morning. Basically, it's a cryptocurrency that's trading in the market. Where to buy Bitcoin in India? That's where our sponsor BitBNS comes into play. It's a highly trusted exchange in India. BitBNS can facilitate purchase and selling of not just Bitcoins, but also several other cryptocurrencies such as Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, etc. Also, it's not like you have to buy a minimum of 1 Bitcoin. You can even buy 0.5 Bitcoin or 0.1 or even 0.001 Bitcoin. BitBNS offers several features such as margin trading options, fixed income plan, SIP in Bitcoin, and so on. You can deposit the money via UPI, and if you're profitable, you can withdraw directly to your bank account. So do check out BitBNS, link in the description, sign up and start investing. So let's begin with the box contents. We already showed them in a spectacular fashion, so I'll make it quick. We have the smartwatch itself with the strap on and a proprietary charging cradle with a USB connector. The watch itself comes only in black color, but the straps are replaceable. I received the black ones, but Realme also offers similar silicone straps in blue, orange and green. Plus vegan leather straps with the same color options, which I don't currently have. If you want a metal strap or if you simply don't like Realme's collection, you can also use any other 22mm strap of your choice. Props to Realme for sticking to the standard size. Replacing the straps is also quite user-friendly. The probability of something getting damaged here is very low. And the same goes to the watch housing itself. It's made of stainless steel and it looks really good. Maybe it doesn't look good on a thin hand like on my editor's hand here, but yeah, it looks good on its own. It's polished on the front and brushed on the sides. The rear is plastic though, but it sure seems like it can take a beating. The build quality is fantastic. It's also highly water resistant and the display is protected by 2.5D Gorilla Glass. Realme didn't specify the version, so it's probably Gorilla Glass 3 or 3 Plus, which is outdated. Speaking of display, if you haven't noticed already, it's just gorgeous. It's quite large at almost 1.4 inches. The resolution is 454 by 454 pixels. Okay, it's more like pi into 227 into 227 pixels, but whatever. What matters is it's quite sharp at 326 pixels per inch. But the two major reasons why it looks beautiful: number one, it gets really bright, up to 450 nits. I've been using it for almost a week now. So far in my experience, I had absolutely no issues with the display, even outdoors. Number two, it's an AMOLED panel, a good AMOLED panel with high contrast, so the colors just pop. And yeah, AMOLED also conserves the battery to a good extent. The Watch S Pro does have an always-on display function, but enabling it will obviously have an impact on the battery life. However, do note that you can instead just enable Raise to Wake, which actually works really well. It rarely fails to wake when I do this. And the screen also turns off when I put my hand down, which also rarely fails to happen. The execution is what's important. Some of the watches I've used earlier did not do this perfectly well, so I had to enable always on display, which again led to a huge drop in battery life. But of course, always on display is always more convenient, especially when you're doing something like typing or riding a bike. And I think the drop in battery life shouldn't be a big deal in this particular case because the battery life is fantastic. Realme claims 14 days battery life on a single charge. Of course, the number will vary depending on your usage patterns, like how much you're tracking your exercises, how frequently you're checking your heart rate, whether you have always on display enabled or disabled, etc, etc. And yeah, it does have a heart rate monitor and a blood oxygen monitor built in. The blood oxygen monitor should come in handy these days, given that it's a major indicator for severe COVID cases. Speaking of which, there's a new strain of virus spreading rapidly, so please stay safe and hit the subscribe button. Why not? Okay, back to battery life. When I unboxed this last week, it had about 90% charge left, and now it's at 34%. I had continuous heart rate monitoring turned on, received a lot of notifications. I had Race to Wake enabled. It's also been tracking my steps and sleep for a while now, and it consumed just about 50-55% charge in a week. Not bad at all. When it eventually runs out of charge, it will take 2 hours to charge from 0 to 100%. But like I said, if I start doing, GPS based activities, it won't last this long. Also, I tested GPS performance once this morning and the results were quite accurate. It also supports Bluetooth 5.0 and you can use the Realme Link app to customize a lot of things like the watch face. There are tons of watch faces here to select from. I like only a few, but let's hope we get more options in the future. At present, Realme Link app for iOS does not have support for the Watch S Pro, but Realme says that it should come really soon. You can view all the fitness related data on the app. You get daily, weekly, monthly and yearly charts that helps you track your progress. And once you tap the settings icon here, you get all these watch settings to tinker with, like water reminder, alarm clock, 24/7 heart rate monitoring, and etc. You can choose the apps that you want notifications from. The watch vibrates when there is a notification. The user interface on the watch itself is pretty intuitive. You easily get used to it within a day or two max. There are like 6 pages which you can access by swiping on either side. The quick settings menu offers the most useful ones like brightness, do not disturb or do not vibrate, a battery saver mode which just shows the date and time along with step count. It also tracks your sleep, but the data cannot be viewed here. You need to get out of the battery saving mode. Also, it's black and white, so it saves more battery. Okay, this is the funniest part. This is a torch light. Okay, it does get reasonably bright, but just don't expect to find your needle stuck in a haystack. I think that's a bad analogy, but you get my point. You can also control music playing on the phone and even increase or decrease volume, and swiping up from the home screen takes you to the notifications. Now here's where my impressions start going downhill. Receiving notifications is something even a fitness band can do these days, but replying to messages is something that must be possible on a smartwatch. Sadly, there is no microphone on the Watch S Pro, so replying using speech to text is not possible. And what's even worse is there is not even a list of templates or pre-typed messages or custom messages to choose from, like BRB, what's up, yes, no, etc. Or they could even do something like generating a response based on the message received. I mean, every brand is just obsessed with using AI while marketing, artificial intelligence everywhere. How hard is it to actually implement it here? Now, remember, the feature is already available on Android. And guys, do you remember Pebble smartwatch from 3-4 years ago? Even that was able to facilitate message replies through voice or custom messages. So this is one major feedback. The presence of a microphone could have also let us attend phone calls. Also, while it's possible to control music playback on the phone, the watch itself doesn't have any facility to, store and play music by itself. There is no speaker, no free internal storage. And Realme chose to go with proprietary software here. It's not Android Wear, so the lack of support for third-party apps might be a bummer for some. So there is no major smart functionality that sets this apart from a cheap smart band like the 2,500 rupee Mi Band 5 or the 2,000 rupee Honor Band 5. So that's what makes me wonder if this is just a fitness band disguised in a watch casing. Realme has definitely nailed the hardware with the excellent build quality, replaceable straps, beautiful AMOLED display, all the necessary sensors, some unnecessary sensors too, and the software is great too. It's smooth and snappy, it's user friendly, but I hope Realme brings more smart features, functionalities via firmware updates. For now, the good thing is there is no major flaw or deal breaker, and if it's priced under 9,000 or 10,000 rupees, this looks like a decent option worth considering. The exact price can be found in the description. So that's it for my initial impressions, my real life experience so far with the Watch S Pro. Don't forget to comment your thoughts about the watch in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Don't unsubscribe. See you in the next one. Take care and bye.